or contacts.
Yep, same.
But hey, we're back and we're starting our first series.
Hey, get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it. Oh,
Oh,
you got a clump.
oh, okay.
Know your worth.
It's tax season though.
Tax season, y'all.
Know your worth and add taxes.
That is what this series is going to be about. We are excited to share our story with y'all. We're going to have guests on this one too, right?
Yes, a few outsiders. We can't wait to hear their stories.
Right.
And
their
this
perspective.
I love talking to people. And a few strangers, like somebody you don't know, and then somebody I don't know.
True.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting.
Very.
But this is relationships, family, jobs. Yeah. You gotta know your worth too in the job. Don't sell yourself short.
When it's time to go,
it's time. That's in all cases.
Yeah.
You know, even sometimes, you know, your season could be up at church, you know, finding something that better suits you.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that. Like, if it's time to go, it's time to go. Know your worth. Know what you bring to the table. Sometimes you are the table.
Oh.
I am the table.
Oh.
But yeah, stay tuned. We're starting our I can't talk. Our series.
First series, y'all. Okay, you get the point.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm always hyped. But yes, stay tuned. Okay, so do you feel self-worth? Do you feel like you're aware of your worth, or do you feel like you're coming into that, or where would you say you're at with self-worth?
I would say I'm a newbie. I just started realizing my self-worth. Yeah, it took some time to figure out how valuable I am and what I bring to the table. So if you're not bringing the same or more, you have to go. And that's all around relationships, family, jobs. And I love what Desiree said in the clip before of church. I never thought of it like that. But when I think about it, you have to realize what you bring to the church as well. And if, you know, it's not balancing out who you are, you do have to find somewhere where you can worship God in. So, yeah. Okay. So for you, do you feel as though you're a newbie? I know you just said you were, but why do you feel you're a newbie?
Yeah, I'm definitely a newbie. I'm a newbie in a lot of areas. I didn't know I was a newbie. Like, according to me, I thought, even now I have moments I'm like, oh, I know my worth. I know my worth. I know I'm this. You can't tell me otherwise. But then when I look at areas of my life or stuff I've been through, it's like, you know your worth, but you dealing with this. You know your worth, but you arguing and sending paragraphs.
Never mind, y'all. Never mind.
So definitely, and I feel like that came with my relationship with God growing. Like, definitely for me, I'm realizing God is showing me, like, who I am in the spirit. So that's helped teach me my worth. And I realized I can't act or do certain things if I do know my worth. So that means, you know, not arguing, not being petty.
The paragraphs, y'all, I would send.
Or going tit for tat.
Dictionary.
Even to family. Like, you know, like, certain things shouldn't get a response. Like, my mom always told me, like, people should not have that much control over to you to where they affect your emotions or mess up your day. And that's a part of knowing your worth. Because if you know, like, I'm a great person, I'm this, you know, I'm grounded, you don't have that energy to argue with somebody. So I'm definitely a newbie, even though I didn't know I was a newbie.
Well, then scratch what I said before. Because I still do have my moments where it's either on and off. I can say, okay, to somebody arguing with me and just be like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue back. I'll just block them. Or I get so ticked off and they like arise this beast out of me.
Oh yeah, the beast is
where
real.
I send you what I think, you get a piece of my mind, and I'm sending you. I'm going there. I can't focus at work, and I hate that people can bring that character out of me, but that does align with knowing your self-worth, the respect that you have for yourself.
Definitely.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
And for y'all. And then drop your answer in the comment section below, though, because I definitely want to see how y'all react to this question.
And ask yourself definitely within.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like that gives you something. We want to stimulate something because ultimately we want growth from
Right.
this. So, yeah.
All right, question. I know for both you and I, we've dealt with this, but why do we hold on to things or people or situations that we know we're better off without?
Oh, that's deep. Oh,
Because I'm struggling with this right now.
me too.
So I need to know.
So first of all, this is a judge-free zone. We're coming to y'all as transparent as possible, and
Yeah.
then so yeah, I mean we're human. Don't get that wrong. Like I feel like people like think I'm like so prissy and stuff that I don't go through stuff, but I know for me personally, I just got out of a relationship where I don't feel like I know I didn't know my self-worth. Why did I hold on? Because I didn't know my self-worth. It's comforting having somebody. I would say this is probably that was probably my first real relationship. So, I don't think I was scared of being alone because I've talked to people before, but it was just something different. We were so attached. I'm trying to keep this quick. We were so attached. We were so close. We spent so much time together. So once you get used to that, it's almost like you don't know what life is anymore without it. They become your best friend.
I think that's the key word, used.
Yeah.
Because you're accustomed to it.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I can't picture life without this, or you just get comfortable and you think that that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's a part of not knowing your self-worth. So me personally, like, I know I've been cheated on, like, dogged out. It was bad. And I stayed, like, I wanted stuff to change, and now it's like, why would I do, like, what in me thought that was okay, and that's because I didn't know my self-worth. I thought that was normal. I thought that was like, oh, they'll change, or like, I didn't think I knew I didn't deserve it, but I'm just like, me just wanting something so bad definitely made me hold on. And just the fact of you think somebody's your best friend, or you think like you're scared that nothing else is out there, like you just want this so bad to work, but you don't realize, like, is it worth all this suffering? So I think just fear of being alone. I think fear propels and fuels so much. Like fear can get you to the next level, but eventually fear is your enemy.
I think what you said, what I got out of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like knowing your self-worth and settling are two things. It goes hand in hand. Definitely. I feel as though the reason why I didn't want to let go is because of history. We're so accustomed to it. We're so used to it because we're around that person or thing 24/7 to where that's all we know. So we're settling in that situation to where we don't know what else is out there. Knowing your self-worth, you have to realize, what respect do you have for yourself? Because I feel like what you settle for is what you deserve. And I know
that's harsh.
You don't
take that the wrong way.
Yeah.
No, but it's
but
true.
If you think about it, what you settle for, is that what you deserve? Like, ask yourself that question. If you're in a relationship or even family situations, like the way that you're treated in family, at your job,
that's a huge one.
I think I'm going to start living by that, because I refuse to settle.
So what you just said, definitely, when you were talking, I was thinking, I want to say two things, because what you deserve when you settle, it's like, it comes a point in time where it's like, you can't keep getting mad at the other person because you have to hold yourself accountable, in a sense. Like, you were wrong all day long for cheating, but at what point in time does that say, like,
enough is enough?
Right. Like, I stayed. You know what I'm saying? You stayed. Like,
and we also get mad at God, too. We're like, God, like, you put me through this. God gave you those red flags, y'all. And I'm guilty of this. I was like, God, I'm so mad at you for putting me through this. And I'm like, Joy,
you didn't have to go through
I done dragged my own self through the mud.
It didn't have to be this
God
hard.
done showed you the red flags beforehand.
And another thing I thought of, like, when it comes to employment, like, I know Like, you can't get mad at your job for how much they pay you or your talents or how long you've been there. You settle for that. Like,
you apply for that job.
You apply and you still stay, and you're not, even if you're looking for another job, you have to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take your talents, you know your worth, and you leave. You going to work every day angry? For what?
And then,
you're doing this to yourself.
I think with that too, knowing your self-worth, settling, and complaining.
Right.
We complain of things that we settle for.
Right.
Wow, I'm over here preaching, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, like, how does this all, I don't understand.
Yeah. So it's self-worth shows its face in so many different ways in your life, because it's like, wow, you know, if you knew your worth, you wouldn't settle for the things. Even in friendships, if you have a friend that's constantly doing something wrong to you, why are you still friends with them? Or if you feel that
as though it's just one-ended, and
you can't be mad to a certain extent, because you're putting yourself and not saying I'm worthy enough to be treated right, or having that conversation with them. Same thing with your job. If you ask them for a raise and they feel like no, okay, you've done what you're supposed to do. Start looking for another job and taking a plan of action. Okay. I'm not telling you to leave without another job.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Don't do that. Let's not pay your bills. I can't pay your bills.
I can, but I'm not going to pay your bills.
I can't pay your bills. I'm paying my own bills. So, we're not.
I can pay at least one, but
I mean, yeah, I can, but I'm not.
I'm not.
So don't leave your job unless you have another one lined up. Same thing. Well, no. If you're not getting what you need in a relationship, leave. I was about to say same thing. No, leave. Be by yourself, and find your self-worth.
Yeah. So figure out who you are, y'all. Okay.
Definitely. Okay. So speaking of self-worth, settling, all that. So would you say you are your own best friend? Like, are you giving yourself the same thing you're looking for in others, or fulfilling those needs in you that you expect others to basically fulfill? Like, you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It's crazy that you asked that, because my coworker, shout out to you, Bethany, asked me the same thing, and I had to think. I don't know why I was thinking, because I already knew the answer, and the answer is no. I'm not my own best friend, and that's so sad. I enjoy my own company, don't get me wrong. I like being by myself. I occasionally, maybe like, I don't know, I don't even know how long, but I take myself out sometimes. But as far as me being my own best friend, no. And I sometimes feel as though I ask people to do things for me that I don't do for myself. An example of that, one can be loving me. And I know I love myself, and there was a point of time where I didn't love myself because of flaws, and just like I did like my body or my hair or my head shape, my nose, like they were just, you know, we have like those insecurities, right? And as far as me, you know, doing something for me, no. And what she asked me, my coworker, she said, "What do you do for yourself?" And I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, well, do you buy yourself flowers? You want flowers from your boyfriend? Well, do you buy yourself flowers? I said, no. She's like, do you take yourself out to eat? You want to go out to eat with, you know, with people that you're dating? I said, no. Do you take yourself to get your feet done, your nails done, you know, your hair? I mean, you know, I do my own hair, so whatever. But as far as, like, that stuff, no. Do you, you know, give yourself some money to set aside? No. And I'm just answering all of these, and I'm like, this is
we want somebody else to do that.
Exactly. And I'm just like, how in the world do I want somebody to treat me this way that I can't even treat my own self this way?
Wow. So Joy is not her own best friend.
Are you?
Oh.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah.
I kind of definitely answer these questions in the comment section, because I definitely want to see this. This is like a little therapy session, y'all.
It is. It definitely is.
So do you think, after me saying what I said and you asking me that, are you your own best friend?
Of course I'm my own. No, of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Girl. But I don't even think like a lot of people are their own best friend though, which is crazy. But why do you think you're not?
It's different I think it's more self-aware people out here that we think, but it's also a lot of broken people out here. They go. I think it's a mix of both. No, I'm not my own best friend. Definitely because I want a lot of stuff out of people that I don't give myself, just like you said. And that, even for me, that wasn't just in my boyfriend. That was in my mom. Like, I look back at it, and I go to therapy, y'all. Therapy is amazing. But I look back at it, and I'm like, I always, like, wanted my mom to be, like, so lovey-dovey and say how much she loved me and all that stuff. And you have to realize different people have different ways of showing their love. And knowing your love language is huge, too. But you have to be content in knowing, like, that's their way of showing it. And I can give myself that other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? If that person doesn't give you gifts, that should not work you up to the point where you feel like, oh, like, why? Yeah, like, that shouldn't do that. That shouldn't evoke that emotion. If your friend, you know, does something for one friend and doesn't do it for you, or whatever the case may be, you should know, like, I know I'm a good friend to them. I know, you know, I'm a good person. So you shouldn't view things or take things in that way. If you're your own best friend, or you're giving yourself that attention, that love, filling that void. And I do want to let y'all know, like, that void also comes with, in my opinion, filling that spiritual place. I think for me, like, I was trying to fill a void that only God could fill.
Wow.
That's,
I definitely agree with that.
And even now, like, I still have moments where I still try to feel that, and I'm just like
not knowingly,
like,
not on purpose.
And then after the fact, I'm like, dang, Des, like, you already knew what the outcome of that was gonna be. You're trying to make we try to make idols out of relationships, not guys, relationships, guys, jobs, money. Like, you are looking for
validation.
It's social media. We get a high off of
comments, likes.
Definitely. And I'm guilty of this. Like, if my picture's not getting the attention that I feel like it deserves, I will delete it.
But how about them posts that be like, I'm deleting later?
I want to let y'all know real quick. Let me get outside. Side note, y'all look real silly. Silly. I hate that. It's a pet peeve. You look silly. You honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you look like you're looking for attention. Because it's like, if you felt like you were going to delete it later, or you felt like it wasn't worthy enough to be on your Instagram, let's be for real. You wasn't going to post it for the world to see it anyways. And then it's still up there when I'm scrolling through your Instagram
20 weeks later.
21 weeks later. But you changed the caption. Delete later, because it's still there. You didn't delete it.
You good?
Oh man, I need to get my fill in. But yes, just so
side note,
sorry, I got distracted. But are you your own best friend? That takes on so many different looks.
Yeah.
And let's just be real here. A lot of us are not.
I feel like some of you guys might answer and be like, yes, but if you really take note and, like, look at yourself in, like, the mirror, you're not your own best friend. It's crazy how sometimes we think, oh, I take myself out to eat, or I take myself to the. It's not all about that. It's so much deeper than that. It's crazy. And I know I'm not at that level yet, and I strive to be there, but I know I'm not there yet. But I think right now, I'm taking the steps to definitely be there. Meaning right now, I'm focused on joy. I'm focused on my dreams and my passion. I'm focused on my relationship with God. And all of that combined is how it's going to help me to be my own best friend.
Definitely. I completely agree.
Yeah.
And, like, the first step into growing is realizing the problem. Admitting, like, okay, something is off here. And as a whole human, I feel like race, like, we struggle with that. And, like, realize in life that you are always going to be growing. You know, like, you never
outgrow that could be that's a different topic, y'all. But you outgrow certain situations, relationships, positions that you're in. That's why you always should strive for growth. Be around people who are at a higher level than you. You can't be at
Everybody in your circle can't be making
They
30K a year.
They're not gonna be making. I mean, y'all.
Everybody in your, even to the point where, like, I honestly like, sometimes it does get on my nerves, but I do like people in my circle that have different views because it challenges me and it has me think outside the box.
Right.
You need something to challenge you for you to reach for, like, wow, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to be that open-minded.
Right.
It's immature not to, for real, like, people
to think that how you were raised was it.
Oh.
Your values are it. It's not it. Be open-minded.
We're brainwashed, but that's a
generation,
whole nother. We are brainwashed.
In this generation, it's like it's our way or the highway. We don't want to hear about other people's opinions. And sis,
I'm sorry. I was looking at the time.
Oh,
it's okay.
No, this is still connected to self-worth, but just, I don't know, you done distracted me.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so moving forward, do you have any tips, any words of encouragement for our viewers as to, like, where they're at or where you're at and moving forward, growing?
First and foremost, I'm going to say I'm not a pro. I'm not a licensed therapist, psychologist.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer at the bottom. I am not a pro. What works for me may not work for you, and that goes for everything, honestly. These are just our opinions, but I think for me, for my tip that I gave for myself was start loving me, and it goes much deeper than just like loving the outside, just loving how I am as a person.
But what does that look like?
I feel as
for you.
What does that look like? It's hard to describe. Wow.
That was good, woman.
It was.
You ready?
I don't think so.
That's something to think about. So what?
Yeah.
What does? That's a good one. I don't know.
How would you?
Oh, how would I answer it? Loving myself. Sorry. My head was big. Loving myself, what does that look like? I think for me, self-affirmations, that's a huge one. And like really getting to not seeking validation. So how did I not seek validation? Really telling myself that I'm beautiful, you know, like really believing those things about myself, you know, like, and stop trying to have someone convince me. So how do you find out we deep down inside, unless most of us have a lot of qualities about ourselves that we like. So honing in on those qualities is a huge one, and like really fine-tuning some areas. Self-growing, that's a huge one. That will make you feel better about yourself as well. So for me, it's taking the time out to go to those therapy sessions. I really want to get back in the gym. I feel like that is going to be a huge one for me because I feel like I'll relieve some stress and, you know, like get the body I want. Putting in that work into me. You know, it's not as simple as getting your hair and nails done. Like, yeah, that's all cool or whatever, but we all want to look nice.
Right.
You know, like, so it's like those deeper, taking time out to journal, taking time out to read. Like, I love reading. And I just wasn't taking the time out to do it. So it's like feeding your spirit positive things. That's what it looks like for me.
So I think for me, since you said that, I think for me it's deeper than needing validation from people that I'm beautiful or that I'm pretty or that they like the way I dress or like the way that my hair is. I think for me, loving myself is loving God more, spending more time with him. And I'm selfish with that because I know this, like I don't make the time to really get that relationship with him that I want. Meaning, sometimes I don't wake up early and say my prayers. Sometimes I wake up and the first thing I grab is my phone and check social media like it's the news or the newspaper. So I feel for me, loving myself is loving God first, and loving God will come, like through that process, I'll really know how to love myself because through God, I'll find myself.
Definitely. And even I do always want to have, you know, some of y'all don't believe in God, but if you want to be for real, picking up your phone, if you don't have that spiritual relationship with God, I do suggest, you know, of course, finding something that works for you. But picking up your phone first thing when you wake up is not healthy or normal.
Well, shade to me.
I mean, no, I do it too. I do it too. But if you as human as a whole, yes, that's not right and that's not normal.
But I definitely feel like this generation, especially, we can't live without our phones.
Yeah.
Like, we wake up, phone. We brushing our teeth, phone. We driving, we Snapchat. We go to work, we Snapchat. We on break, we Snapchat. We come back from break, we Snapchat. We working, we Snapchat.
I like Instagram better.
Insta, Twitter. I think Twitter's like the new thing right now. Like, more so of like Instagram or Snap. But either way it goes, like, we're constantly like on our phone. And I think we're just getting more addicted to it. And we're loving we're idolizing our phone. We're idolizing social media.
Definitely.
And we're not even putting like anything, we're not feeding anything into us.
Not even human interaction. Like,
yeah.
For me personally, like, I love social media. Yes.
And yes, we're branding on social media.
Yeah,
too.
but I want people to know, like, it's bigger than this. It's outside of this as well. So definitely, speaking of, which you kind of led me into our wrap up. That's crazy. Speaking of, so doing life together, that's outside of social media. That's events. That's
conferences.
Yeah, that's panel discussions. You know, like, this would be dope as a panel. Like, what self-worth look like to you as a guy that's 20.
What don't you agree with
as a guy that's 50? Like, different people have different processes. To you, for a person that's spiritual, or for a person that's not spiritual, you still need to know your self-worth.
You still need to start by loving yourself and figuring out who you are as a person, which is like a different series. Different topic.
Whole different. But I think we just need to focus on setting that time. I can't talk.
Okay.
Setting that time aside to really dig in and put the work into you. Like, oh my gosh, who says this? How can you love someone else when you don't even love yourself? That's deep. That is so true. And J. Cole says, I know this is Cole. I love you, Cole. Loving maybe one day you'll see this, but I have big hopes. But love is loving someone. What does he say?
Girl.
Love is, I done forgot the quote. Love is wanting for someone more than what you want for yourself, and that's so true. But you can't get to that place until you love yourself. Like, I can't put all this work into a relationship that I haven't even put into myself.
I definitely think we seek love from people, though. But I feel like that's just, like, not our human nature, but it's just how it comes. Like, we seek that love. We don't seek that love from ourselves.
It's wrong.
It's crazy. It's sad, but it's the honest truth. And I definitely need to work on that.
We all are going to work on that.
With that being said,
we definitely want y'all to give us some feedback, give us some comments, some tips you may have, or some, even I relate. Like, dang, this touched me, or I can definitely relate to you, something you struggle with. I know I'm praying for you guys. You know, if you have any concerns, feel free to be like, you know, stand with me, or, you know, just pray about this. I'm going through this. You know, I could really use some uplifting.
That's the point of this living out loud is we don't want you to do life alone.
That is literally the whole purpose of it.
Yeah.
So definitely drop in our inbox and our DM. It goes down in the DM. Not like that, but no, we definitely want to hear back from. We definitely want to hear back from y'all.
Yes.
So reach out to us. Stay tuned for next week. We'll have
a surprise.
Yeah, we'll have some guests that we can't wait to hear from. We already told them earlier.
I know, but they probably forgot.
I hope y'all have a memory like that. What kind of memory you got? But stay tuned for next week. Y'all have a great week.
Have a great week.
Don't be moody on Monday, okay?
Don't let anyone ruin your day. Don't let anybody else have the power to even change your mood, ruin your day, alter your mood. No, we need to work on that. I need to work on that.
Me too.
I'll take my own advice.
I'm off tomorrow, though, so. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.